details. So I shall do that after this, and then wait a year and a half and get it then.
Okay. We are waffling. Sorry, stream. About other stuff. Hello, hello. We're back for TEC. It's round 5, season 15 in Japan. G Speedway. Full track. It is with the slow chicane to conquer. So good evening, chat. Good evening, my little sidekick prodigy. You named yourself sidekick, so
Yeah.
not my fault.
Take that.
Not my fault. Yeah.
I am definitely not the professional in this outfit, so I will take sidekick.
Yeah, you have to keep an eye on chat then today and
Yeah.
stop
Evening
me.
River, by the way.
Stop me from being too professional on those streams now. Today I have control over the replay.
I am the major distractor.
Yeah.
I take that job very seriously.
That's what we want to see, of course. Alright, so it's round 5 already, so second part of the season. And it was an interesting race with the settings out of that. So we will jump directly to the qualifying results, where we see Deering taking pole position in that Ferrari 138.7. Makes me look very slow. Was driving the same car. He ate 1 second.
No practice. He's been driving that all season now, so we've got that reason.
I don't know if he really does practice. He gets race practice, that's for sure. I'm pretty sure he likes that track as well. He was definitely on a mission yesterday. Kaza expected up there. Same for Dylan and Beetlejuice, so the top runners. Yeah, third row with River and Richie. Richie also as a reserve for Dashi in that Peugeot RCZ. Then the Furious 2 beat me by 1/1000th of a second. Yeah.
If you'd have farted going down the straight, you would have had him.
It was all that final turn, trust me. It was.
It's a difficult one with so many different lines. It's like which one's quickest? Did you concentrate on exit or midpoint?
And it is also like the one-shot quali that I'm not used to that pressure moments. So yeah, whatever. So we have that.
I've been doing it for years and I'm still crap at it. So
you played it too safe in quali. I wish it was like a safe lap. It was just like whatever. So Taz and Hello Gamer, that's row number 5. Shelty, a late reserve for Prodigy, the man himself. So
throttle issues. So Shelty thankfully turned up, made it a full lobby.
Throttle issue Prodigy. All right, that's
sidekick throttle issue Prodigy. Yeah. I'm getting name upon name now.
Getting longer and longer, but he felt like he wants to be close to your teammate. So look at that, P11, P12 side by side.
I know he's finally got ahead of Davo in the opposite car. I've not done it all season, and I think the first race that Shelty turns up, he manages to get ahead of him.
Davo out-qualified you, no way.
Oh. I think Davo's got some insider knowledge on this McLaren. I'm pretty sure of it.
Does he share the aero settings with you?
No,
no.
To be fair, I don't share with him either.
Okay.
Well, we did start. We started at the beginning to share, and then after a while, I got tired of losing to him, so I thought I'm going to keep this to myself. See if I can actually get ahead of him, and to be fair, he's pulled further ahead of me, so it was a bad idea in the end.
Okay. You remember, it's the teammate you have to beat in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. If you lose to your teammate, that's the first loss.
Exactly. So we see the rest of the grid, and JW unfortunately had a hiccup during that qualifying, didn't set a lap time, so he starts from the back of the grid. And with that being said, I think now we can start this race. We might have a little bit of rewind action going on for T1. If you know it,
Spoiler
you know
alert.
it. Exactly. And here we go. Let's start this race. During on pole in the Ferrari should have a good start. Starting on the racing soft tires. Kaza on the softs as well. Also that NSX had a great start. Yeah, oof, up to P2. And then
That is a cracker start.
here we
The
go.
push is getting dropped.
Let's see what happens. Oh, here comes Ovid.
Oh.
So we want to go back, and
Who do you want to focus on first, though? That's the question.
so I think we go with
We start off with the main fault.
we definitely.
Oh, he nearly took that corner so well. If he'd just managed to hold on the exit.
Yeah. So we go.
Who did he take out? That's the question.
So let's go with Hello to also loud into that one and
Dashi. To be fair, most people ended up going in the right direction
Yeah.
other than Ulrich.
so we go with Richie, who had a poor start, was taking it easy, and then here we go, boom, pinballing. Here goes Richie.
Bit of front end damage.
Yeah.
Down to 14th, 15th, I think.
So let's go to River, also one of the losers of turn number 1. He's on the outside.
He's thinking he's safe.
Yeah,
Look at that.
very
That's what a corner
yeah,
that was.
such a and then unlucky Gnomovich and Astro, and then got
Well, hell,
swallowed again by the rest of the grid. All right.
Well,
So,
yeah.
well,
Impressive stuff.
impressive stuff here. So, but yeah, really tight mid-pack then, and River down to P12 at this stage. So we saw that grid during with a blistering start, open up that lead. Beetlejuice in P2, and
Good
Well,
battle for second here with Beetlejuice.
yeah,
What tires are
Beetlejuice is on the mediums.
on the mediums, and he got the best start on a set
A
of
really good
mediums.
start, yeah.
Yeah, incredible.
Kazakh bought the Taz in P5, also one really good start for Taz.
He took
Yeah.
full advantage of that,
Yeah.
didn't he?
The Hello Gamer on softs in P6, Thomas in P7, and I made up my way up to P8, but wait for it. Wait for it.
Is there another rewind session coming up?
Nah, but I briefly touched on that stupid final turn.
All right.
So, that car just snapped, and I
Here we go. Here's the
run
penalty
wide,
coming up.
and look at that penalty. No. So
You
I
can
guess.
get away with it later on in the race, can't you?
Yeah,
But towards
yeah, but
the,
guess what will happen at the next lap? Right into that group of cars. But so
I
far,
thought for a second there when you said that you were going to do the same thing again and get another one.
I think it was all of the drama so far for that race start. Now we can focus on that racing action. So Beetlejuice versus
Dylan got ahead of
Kaiser.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah. So the soft tires in that Audi, trying to grip,
You're going to go
dives
down the inside. There
yeah.
you go. Nice move in the end.
Nice move. And Beetlejuice on a different strategy on those mediums.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to fight.
I want to put your foot down if you're on the softs. Get a nice gap on anybody that's on mediums. So Hallow will want to get past.
Oh, looks down the inside.
Going for a dive as well.
Oh,
That was a last gasp dive. That one. Beetlejuice saw him, mind you.
yeah,
It's a
Beetlejuice
nice bit of space.
out of shape. Currently under pressure. Taz and Thomas. they had fun. And I was like, yeah, let's see. Maybe I can go. And then I remembered, oh, penalty.
Make a nice overtake and then
Yeah.
lose it again.
Yeah, I was really hoping. But then the stupid penalty zone just destroys all my hopes.
Yeah.
So Devo blasts fast and Shelty as well.
Furious. Does he get past you?
I tried to sneak back into Devo's slipstream, but then he gives slipstream to his teammate. No way! Look at
What
that.
an ass.
Look at that, yeah. So, two pesky McLarens there right in front of me. River getting some moves now down. He's on a mission on those first couple of laps for the comeback side by side with Furious through that first.
That's nice racing. There's two teammates in IRO there. Racing close. Nice to see.
Oh, I think your mic just died.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
it's
good.
better now. It's better now.
Okay, may have just dropped out.
Okay.
Intimately. He did point his car at you, River. I saw it. He thought that I don't like that Lambo. I don't like the livery. I'm having it. So that's why Ovic went for you in particular. He possibly thought that you were his best reason for trying to make that corner after braking so late.
But look at Shelty road blocking like the thing, and oh, someone went into the barrier. Didn't realize that. Who was that? Oh, it was the Furious too.
Furious? What did he do? That's not like him. Oh, he's just hit. Yeah, I see what he's done. He's hit the stuff on the outside and braked.
See, a bit too early, the rear went, and then facing the wrong way. Yeah.
That is frustrating. I can feel his pain.
And Ovic still running in P16 after that first lap. But he's also on a different strategy with those mediums. So Furious with that incident. P15 John up to P14 Richie, also one of the losers of first turn. P13 now on mediums as well. Trying. Oh, look at that. I was pushing River and I don't know what to do with the aero settings. I was like, I
think it's difficult, isn't it? Because if you pull out, the River's still mainly in their slipstream, so you're gonna get a nose, and then he's just gonna disappear off in the slips.
It was really rear to bumper, and I couldn't bump draft him. It felt so weird. So yeah, River up to P10, dives down the inside. Shelty leaves that inside line open, tries to get the outside run, but then the poor acceleration of that McLaren.
Yeah, it doesn't help.
Not really out of the slow turns.
Defending into this corner, maybe.
Yeah.
I thought you might have gone for that gap.
I was looking, but he made that car wide, very wide.
I like the effort though from Shelty to get the livery on that car.
Yeah, last minute.
So
changed the number
for that
as well.
Yeah, yes. He's done a few things. He's got the front board and everything. Oh.
Another one done.
Making moves, and he's in a good slipstream for Taz in front, so that'll help.
He gets that bump. Unbelievable stuff.
It's ridiculous what these McLarens are up to, isn't it?
Yeah. But then send it, Devo, come on! Oh. But Jaeger sends it down the inside. It's still side by side coming out of turn one.
And Shelty's got the inside in response to Devo and getting replaced by a
Shelty. What a legend!
Look, such a gentleman. He's such a gentleman.
Really.
Typical Scotsman, proper gentleman.
It is so. Yeah, that mid-pack battle was quite fun, and we still have Taz and Thomas. They're on P6 and 7. Taz on those mediums, really good opening stint. Quickly jump to the front, but Deering is checking out early. He had crazy pace in the warm-up. in the qualifying session. In that race, he wasn't like holding back at all. Dylan second and Keza third. And also the soft tire runner, with Hello Gamer on.
He's got past Beetlejuice as well, didn't he?
Yeah, Beetlejuice, the first of the medium tire runners. Thomas also on those softs. Taz now under pressure. Here comes the Lambo again, and
I think the two cars. I think the Lambo will definitely have the pace here. Now River's been flying for ages.
Yeah.
Him and especially when it's wet, so he'll be really pushing in the rainy section of this race.
Oh, the top end of the 4C with these settings wasn't too shabby.
No, it wasn't too bad. I thought the McLaren, the Lambo would have gone flying past.
Couch also got past Shelty and Ritchie, not too far behind as well. Close gaps. They're in that mid-pack.
Hello, this running.
Call it.
Yeah, Hello, this running really well up in fourth, I think he is, or fifth maybe behind Taps Thomas. Driving really well. He's been picking up pace all through the season. We started off a little bit off the back, but he's been putting in some good performances recently.
Ritchie trying to catch the back of that group. Shelty close also. I was looking. Davo. I saw that back end of the McLaren for quite some time now, and look at that dribble, made it look so easy to get past. I was like, why?
Keep the two Germans behind you is what you've got to do, Davo. Even if it means, a little bit sneaky, little bit of push.
Run around the outside, look at that. No. Hello.
There you go, a little bit of tap in, just to, I'm still here.
I didn't know what was happening behind me, but I was happy. Maybe a penalty, I don't know.
It must have been a penalty because Davo's just dropped behind Couch and his teammate Shelty, so I'm assuming that was a penalty.
Suddenly it was Couch right behind Shelty. Davo,
Ritchie getting involved.
Yeah.
He was trying to take advantage of that coming out of that first corner. I wonder if there'll be a bot change tomorrow with the updates.
Certainly.
It might be. So we'll see how that affects the last 3 races of this.
So, I don't know, maybe they tried to rebalance FR and MR, but it's all MR, so
yeah, exactly.
Maybe that could still be okay.
Just need to give some more power to the McLaren. That's
Ritchie with the sand. Oh, hello.
That was a dive by Davo as well. That was
I think Davo was defending dive, something like that.
Defending, yeah. It seemed a strange one. Then defending, there's a gap.
Yeah.
It is a strong league, River. Very much so. The depth in this league is possibly the strongest it's ever been. I don't think there's too many weak points in it whatsoever. There's very little between some of the YAM and Pro class as well, as you see by some of the points. So definitely a difficult league.
Beetlejuice with the run. And it looks like oh, hello! It goes very, very deep into turn number 1.
You just wanted to let him through. That was all.
I was probably. I don't know, the tires, you see them softs, yes, quite some wear on it, so roughly 15 minutes, then that's...
What's
River with the slide, and around goes Thomas and also Tess fighting for an 1.5 second penalty. Oh, we need to go rewind and see that in its full glory. That was a crucial moment. He went too wide. And then, here he was below the yellow line with all 4 tires. last time, and here we go.
Does he get
Let's
a
get the
penalty?
penalty.
Oh
Yeah,
my god!
he gets the penalty for that. Yeah,
That is ridiculous.
And Taz is like, yeah, you have 20 tires, so come on, move.
Unbelievable, River. That is
Unbelievable stuff. Yeah.
lose a position, probably about 2 or 3 seconds, and on the top of that, because that's not enough.
Have
a half a second penalty.
Yeah, have the catch of the century. I mean, you really lost that car.
Yeah. Twice in fact, because once it flicks, it goes one way and then flicks back the other. Normally that's a sure sign, especially on a wheel, that you're going to be facing the wrong direction. So credit to you for that one, but this is a good battle. I think Taz may have given us a little bit of a preemptive warning of his demise in this race.
So now River with the penalty. Who the penalties are. So we will lose 2 positions, maybe 3.
After doing so well as well to get back up through them as well.
See, hello!
And here's that man Jaeger taking advantage again.
We'll wait for it. It's the perfect opportunity to send it down the inside.
Two for one. Oh, look at that! The River going down the inside as well.
Also sees that gap on the inside.
Sneaky.
Yeah. Test defending it.
Dave as well. I feel slow in this league at the moment. It is overwhelmingly the quickest group of drivers I've driven against, other than maybe a few people in CTC. Normally there's a few opportunities for some good results, but not in this one. Anything above 8th and I would be absolutely overjoyed.
Pretty sure we'll bring back the Pro Am official classification for the next season. So maybe there's something to fight. Oh, Richie again with the dive too deep and loses 2 positions with that. Oh, he's fighting. He's fighting for
Trying to take out Shelty. How dare you? What an arsehole. Trying to take out my teammate. Unbelievable stuff. Well, live to fight another day though.
Yep. Yes, he does. So you see it's getting a bit foggy now.
Yeah, 15 minutes in, people are starting to maybe think about the tyres. The racing medium runners probably going, this isn't too bad, especially people like Beetlejuice at the front, or near the front.
True, so I think this will be one of the will be the in lap for most of the soft tire runners. Deering with that big gap, he is really like flying this Ferrari.
Oh, it's incredible, isn't it? And yeah, he'll probably pit this time as well. I'm just looking further back. I see Taz and yourself must have had a bit of a battle there, because there was some movement in the number boards on the left hand side.
Blink it and you miss it like again, so that was really intense, those opening minutes of the first half of the first dry stint, let's call it that way. So plenty of close racing action between the drivers, and I think really good driving. River with the run. Tess leaves the inside open, and we have Davo in 9th, Richie from Shelty.
Shelty again.
Yeah.
After nearly taking him out, Shelty's probably been nice to him and let through. Welcome, by the way, Tom. You're driving well today, up in the top half of the table.
Yeah. End of lap 10, and we see now people pitting the soft tire runners during Kaza Dylan.
Where will they come out, is the question.
Yeah. Beetlejuice stays out.
Yeah, all the medium runners carrying on, so this will be interesting to see how the soft runners come through this gaggle of medium runners.
And
there's quite a lot of them.
Yeah, look at that, how many are blasting past the soft tire runners. So Deering got lucky just in front of Couch. But then, we have the other stoppers, and it's Kaza down to P10, and
Dylan in 11th as well.
Dylan, and we have also Highlight Gamer and Thomas on a. They were pitted one lap earlier already. But they don't have traffic. That's maybe the good news. But
Yeah, concentrate on their own race. See how it works out for them before the rain comes in. See if they can pick up a few places on these medium runners. Especially now you look at these tyres there. I've seen better days on the mediums.
yeah, definitely feel that wear now after 18 minutes or so. Still,
Yeah.
you're looking at roughly 30 minutes before the rain, plus minus.
What's the lap time difference between the medium and the soft?
Hard to tell. 8/10 to more than a second.
8/10 to a second.
I think on those first couple of laps you have quite an advantage on those softs, but it's like
Kind of settles down. pretty
yeah,
quick.
exactly. Oh, Dylan, the big wiggle.
Yeah.
Saw that, and Kaza slowly catching that group. The medium tire runner, Shelty, Ritchie, and Davo. Big slipstream battle happening, and that RPZ is a weapon in a straight line. I heard that.
Definitely is.
Ritchie to the inside line. Let's see. Oh, that's close. They're still
A
side by
little
side.
bit wide as well. Didn't give any
No,
cares there.
no.
Didn't he have coming through? Typical Ritchie.
My line.
This is my corner.
Deal with
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And the two
That'll be helping
McLarens.
Kaza catch up. But, I think he'll probably be hoping to catch him up later on in the lap round through this kind of section. It's not very easy. Losing a bit of time. Makes easy work of Shelty there.
Yeah, that's fresh soft tires compared to slightly worn mediums.
I think you might have to wait until the main straight will
And this is difficult now, but maybe he can sneak it up and down
Maybe
the inside. Yo, here we
He's
go.
going to give it a shot. Yeah, there you go. There you go, the inside line. I can't see Davo putting up much of a fight. There's no point. Doesn't want to compromise himself too much.
You see Dylan not so lucky. Stuck behind the two McLarens. We go to Dylan's perspective.
Yeah, can he get a good exit?
A very good one, yeah.
Yeah. That slipstream will start taking effect. Needs to get ahead
No,
before it does.
look at that Davo again, providing slipstream for Shelty, and now that McLaren is picking up pace in fifth gear. It's strong. Dylan, no.
I had it done. I had it done.
I had him. And it doesn't matter. I sent it. Woohoo!
Yeah, go on. I thought he was going to go deep into that corner there, but manages to make it quite nicely.
He made it.
Yeah, I think anybody on a set of mediums now is hoping the rain turns up sooner rather than
A
later.
bit earlier, yeah.
Yeah, keep their advantage over these soft runners having to come back through the grid. Ritchie's caught back up with Couch.
Have a little look. Beetlejuice with a mighty gap now.
Yeah. Managed to pull that out
6-7
really
seconds at this stage. And Deering on those softs.
Coming through again.
I
think it's with yourself and River having to fight through quite a lot of traffic, whereas Beetlejuice managed to steer clear of most of it. He was just overtaken by the soft runners, so that's possibly why he's got a fairly lengthy gap. Kaza passed Ritchie very quickly there.
Maybe a mistake. Also, Couch runs wide. This could be a penalty. Dirty tires.
Yeah.
So. No, got lucky, but again wide. This must be a penalty. Come on. This was really wide. No?
Has he done alright? He's done alright. He's got away with it.
Like, if you do 3 consecutive off tracks, then it's okay.
The game says, no, you're okay.
Now you're okay.
Carry on. You did well.
Wow.
But still doesn't stop Kaza, I don't think.
No.
Still on a run.
There's on that move Dylan also. He got past the two McLarens. right behind Richie now, so that
Two
Run.
RCZs.
yeah. And
It's good to see the two McLarens running so
Yeah.
closely, though. I have to say.
just like the good times.
Always nice. Yeah. It wouldn't have been right otherwise. We've done it all season long, so it would have been unfair if Shelty had not kept up his end of the bargain.
Deering says thank you to Jaeger for not fighting. That teammates are for.
Yeah.
My idea was let's try and stay with Deering.
Stick in the slipstream.
Yeah, yeah.
He's gone already.
He had like 1.7 coming off the final turn, so I was like, yikes. That didn't really go to plan, and yeah, River was catching again, so couldn't get rid of that German.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable, yeah.
Massive gaggle all running behind Taz at the moment. It's a ridiculous number of cars. You've got Kaz and Dad,
Yeah.
Taz, Dylan, and then the two RCZs.
Yeah, we don't like
Literally running 2 by 2.
teammates here, yeah. Trying Taz and Taz.
Richie, Couch,
Rich Couch,
and
yeah.
then Davo and Shelty. All running nose to tail. Probably a sensible way to do that.
Whoa!
I think. Oh,
Hello!
was that Richie again, was it? He just
Overshot
cannot
that
keep
turn.
it on the road.
Yeah.
Couch is probably cursed him saying, I let you through earlier. Well, you just keep it on the bloody road.
Yeah, but
Surprised to not see Couch in the chat, actually. He's normally in.
also, why has Couch's car the headlights turned on and Richie's car hadn't for a moment now? Both of them have it, okay. But it was weird.
Timing issues there, maybe.
But now it's getting darker and darker, so that's why we see those lights on them cars, and
No window wipers yet, though.
not yet.
He's up to 12th after that horrible start, so he's catching up with this mid-pack battle as well. So
Yep.
well.
Also went for that long medium stint to
Yeah.
get until the rain hits the track. Hello Gamer and Thomas on that second set of soft tires. John on worn mediums. He dropped behind the two soft tire runners, and Ovic on mediums as well.
Enjoying himself.
Yeah, and the gap between Beetlejuice and Deering is also coming down. Deering is, look at that, he's running 39s, like 0.6, 0.3, 0.5, 0.9. Oh no, soft.
It's difficult to maintain.
Yeah, and high 40s, 41s for myself, and River didn't really go to plan. And those two.
I think as I said earlier, though, you've got two different races going on because of yourself and River were caught up behind a hefty amount of traffic after that first turn, whereas you've got Deering, Kaza, Beetlejuice, even Dylan got away with it. So
Yeah,
it's not often you can make that gap back up very easily.
no, and it's now at the end of the first races in the race now, because that rain will come, and it's 3, 4, 5 minutes away maybe. So those on the drivers on the aggressive strategy with the soft, they need to push, and in the end it was really close between the two strategies. I mean, look at that. I mean, we have Beetlejuice and Deering, so Beetlejuice on the mediums, very warm, Deering pushing on those softs, and
Not much
myself
in it.
and River also. That gap is 5 seconds maybe at this stage. And also Kaza and Dylan, they are pushing.
Both pushing as well,
Yeah.
both trying to get back in touch with Dylan, isn't it?
Yeah, even Richie, Taz, Shelty, it's all, they're basically all on the same straight.
Go on, Taz. Put it down the inside. Go on.
Send it, yeah.
There you go.
Too early? Was it too early? I don't know.
he's got him. As long as he's got his brake point right, he's
Yeah.
good.
Nice.
He's good. Well done. That's what
Oh,
I like to
Richie
see.
going
Nice
for
move.
the cutback. But Tess has the inside line. Didn't get the
Will
run
Richie
though.
let him go?
Oh,
Richie wasn't taking any
Yep, no.
prisoners there.
I'm turning
coming
in.
across your
My
nose.
friend,
Yeah. So, good idea to get out of that one, Taz.
Couch tires a bit on the bad side of things.
Yeah, that front left is definitely causing him some trouble.
Yeah.
Furious now. He's done well now. He's up to 11th ahead of Babel.
Yeah.
So,
And
motoring.
also Hellot right behind.
Yeah.
Caught up with that. Thomas with a little gap. And Ovic trying to maybe focus on that rain. Oh, no.
He's waiting for people to lap him so he can flash them.
And during now directly behind
Slipstream, yeah.
The same
I
between.
think you and River have settled down into a nice rhythm, haven't you? Driving corner.
Ripper was,
Maybe.
I think, 3 laps in a row out braking himself into turn number 1.
Oh, okay. I thought he might have been trying to fuel save a little bit in your slipstream.
Maybe at some point, but I was like in the chat, am I really braking that early? No. It's just like a bit of speed that you carry into turn number 1.
Past,
yeah. So now it's getting closer to the rain. Or lap 18, I think it's lap 19 when we see that rain. I forgot I have like this thing also prepared. So we are currently then at this RO5 period now. This is still not guaranteed. Oh, we'll just see if something happens. So, but it will rain, and look at that nice driving. River with the move into the Dunlop chicane, and didn't realize that Keza was so close behind me.
Now, where did that car come from?
Yeah. Oh, look at that rain! The windshield wipers are coming on.
Do they go for one more lap, or do they pit now? Is the question.
Yeah, let's see.
Beetlejuice is in.
No, that was Ovic, I think.
Was that Ovic, was it?
Hearing in, Beetlejuice staying out. River in, Jaeger in, Keza
like everybody else is coming in.
Dylan in, so look at that, those 4 drivers.
I think Kaz has just got himself a penalty.
Yeah, that was Richie in Taz. Oh! Whoa! What happened?
I'm not sure if that was Shelty that clipped him or whether that was...
Oh, yep. Oh,
yep.
That's a takeout. And then he parks it.
Yeah. He waited for him at least.
Yeah. Oh no! Table! No, we need to see it again. Sorry.
Oh dear, that's the butterfly effect, that one. It's incredible.
There's a traffic jam heading into... Yellow flag, slow down, Davo. What are you doing? Oh, boom.
Not expecting that. I tell you, it got him. It got him in ahead of Shelty, though, didn't it?
Yeah. So look,
Taz got fired.
Beetlejuice was basically the only one to go out to stay out on the mediums, and the rain is now starting to fall. During on intermediates, I went for the heavy wets. River Rockers on to the intermediates. Keza with a 3-second penalty. You spotted that on the entry, on the inters as well. Dylan on inters. Richie also using intermediates. Couch deep in first turn on intermediates as well. Heavy wets for Davo. The Furious 2 on. He was early, I think, 1 lap early. Yes, so some wear already on those inters.
Yeah. He'll be warmed up and ready to go then.
So Taz on the just very unlucky sequence with that pit entry down to P11. Shelty in 12th also. Yeah, most of the drivers opted for the intermediate tires. Oh, and Ovich parked it into the pits, or what happened? I don't know.
He doesn't want to drive in the rain,
but
so
somehow Beetlejuice made it safely back into the pits on those medium tires.
had some going. How much time has he lost? Though he was just behind Daring, I think, when Daring pitted.
We will see. Also, a bit of a different strategy. I didn't refuel compared to other drivers. They put in fuel on that pit stop, so that's why a little gap suddenly opened up. But now the heavy rain, and I think Deering will take that lead. Beetlejuice also putting in some fuel, and
got
the heavy
fuel, here
wets.
he comes. That is not bad actually. That is not lost hardly any time whatsoever. In fact.
Oh, Deering goes too deep.
But Beetlejuice has done very well there. Keep anywhere near contention.
Surviving. They're on those mediums, and then now perfectly timing for the heavy wets. For I think 2 or 3 laps, those heavy wets were really, really good.
Superb.
Yeah.
Look at that Jaeger drifting around that corner.
Yeah.
Beautiful scenes.
Beautiful, yeah. That's the only time I can drift. Oh.
There's one from River just to say I can do it too.
Yeah. Hold my beer.
Yeah. I agree with you, Dave. Yellow flags in a sim racing. Ridiculous. You know, who are you going to hurt? It's crazy stuff. So yeah, just keep the foot flat on the floor and go for it. Yeah, you got a bit unlucky there, Taz, I have to say, coming into the pits. It's one of them things. It's quite a tricky pit entry. Yeah, you just unfortunate, especially after a good first start.
Yeah. Oh, Kaza!
Is that Kaza? Yeah, gets too much curb.
Oh yeah, too eager with that throttle, and then the rear says okay. And
not having any of it. Yeah.
P10 currently. With those intros, quite tricky if you're a bit too aggressive with the inputs.
Full wets are definitely in these conditions. Anywhere where you got that little blue marker.
See Davo with the grip advantage, but just nowhere to go. Oh, left, right, inside, outside. What is the better line? We don't know. On that final turn.
Nobody knows.
Nobody. Exactly.
Davo forgot to buy the wet tires.
Yeah, so also fun fact, so we wanted to start the race, and then I typed into the chat, check tires, and then Kaza was, oh, I don't have wet tires. Help! So, oh no, we had to reset everything.
Jesus Christ, see these people that have been playing this game for so long. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
No better. I would have just said, sorry, your fault.
Yep.
You'll have to get through the wet patch in super soft tires or something.
Exactly, he just had soft tires on that car.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he just used softs last week at Brands Hatch, probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Didn't realise that there was so much water in this. He's probably spent about 60,000 credits. But he'll get some use out of them in the season attempts. All good.
And you see those heavy wets, they are working wonders at the moment. I can keep up with Deering. I was catching if Deering was trying a little bit on those intermediates.
Are you the first one? What about Beetlejuice?
Beetlejuice is also on the heavy wets because he likes the heavy wet tire. We all know that.
Yep. He went and confused us in the last race, so he went for intermediates rather than full wets, which was a bit confusing. Look at this teamwork between the two of you.
Still helping or trying to help.
Do you prefer the yellow lights to the white lights?
No. But
No,
then
I don't. The white lights just seem they look nicer, and they also seem a bit clearer in the dark.
it looks cool, I think. But yeah, we had this discussion in the RO broadcast, and when if you use the cheat code and crank up the exposure settings, then it doesn't really matter. But if you're like keeping it real, and then the yellow lights are really disadvantaged with the visibility.
Yeah, exactly. It seems an odd choice unless you're just doing it for because you like the look of it.
Yeah. So at this stage, I was like, oh, what's happening here? T2? No way. But yeah, still,
Onwards and upwards.
it's still heavy wet at the moment.
Yeah, pulling away as well, getting a nice gap.
Yeah.
Rivers.
It is part of what's really feeling the grip advantage.
What, Rivers on intermediates, Dylan on inters as well?
I think it is just Beetlejuice, myself, and Devo on the heavy wets. Everyone else
heavy wets.
went for inters, yeah. Because it's after that heavy downpour, it will dry, and then those heavy wets are not good anymore. But yeah, but it was still a possibility to use the heavy wets and then go early onto the slick tires again if it's really
you've got
dried
to be
up.
confident, don't you?
Yeah.
It, but I'm not sure how quick Fuji dries up if it's
quick.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It's a bit like Autopolis. That was crazy. Whereas Red Bull seemed to take a good 20 minutes before it was even vaguely dry.
So we made it through the rain now.
Now the inters are going to start coming back.
Yep.
At the full wets. So who we got?
So and then something really weird happened. So John also parked it in the pits. Didn't realize that. So had enough.
Didn't enjoy the rain. Maybe I'll come back out in the rain when it dries up.
So yeah, rain was gone, and then suddenly those intermediates, they were so much quicker, and I think on lap 25 there was suddenly a rain cloud appearing from out of nowhere. This shouldn't happen like with the settings, but there was like for 30 seconds we had a little bit of a downpour again. So and guess what? The wet tire runners didn't fancy that at all. I think it was the gamble for Beetlejuice myself then to get on back onto slick tires, and don't lose any more time on the wets now.
Yeah, you can start losing a second and a half per lap if you're on the full wet's too long.
And you see my 50.6, 50.2, 51, but it will now, I think, change over. So
you look at it at the times 53s and all 52s. So definitely swinging around.
Track improvement now happening. So everyone is getting quicker now with these trying conditions. You see everyone is running in the 50s now. So they had better track conditions, except for Devo.
Where's Richie gone? Which position's Richie? Didn't see him when you went through it there.
Richie, P6?
P6? No, he's not doing bad, is he?
No.
I didn't see him there. So
kept it out of trouble then. And yeah, so you see this tri line now. It's usually not taking that long, so you can risk.
No, it's not long.
Running slick tires.
Maybe another. I'm not sure about now, but maybe another lap,
Yeah,
and then you'll be perfect for it. Yeah.
and this was the idea, definitely to go. And then on this lap, there was this stupid little rain cloud coming. Now,
Just postponed your decision a little
yeah,
bit.
I mean, this was a bit. So it could work, hitting at the end of lap 25. It's a bit risky still, but if you keep it on that line, the slicks will work if you're not fighting. Yeah. So this was a bit of hope also. Compared to the other drivers, so I didn't really refuel. And then here comes this rain again. So no, not
Lifted
good.
up a few millimeters.
Yeah,
on the water radar.
And I also couldn't then like extend that stint forever. So I was restricted with the fuel at some point. So it was not a fan of those settings anymore. Up to this point, I was still like, okay, me too.
They've worked well for you up to now,
yeah.
and then decided to throw you a curveball just to wind you up a bit. Yeah, you can see the difference now with the Inters catching back up.
Definitely, yeah.
It'll be interesting to see when they pit as well. Will they go an extra lap just for the security, or will they pit at the same time?
During gets a very good run already, coming out of that final turn, and this was my preferred in lap. Nah.
One more then, go on, might as well.
Yeah, maybe one more.
Were you catching Beetlejuice at this point as well?
Yeah, he was doing 48s. Look at that, I was 47s. So I was.
Yeah.
I was catching.
So it's not like you're driving slow, but the Inters.
No, not at all. But and then nearly lost it. Yeah.
It was daring. We nearly thought I'll go for the gap. If it would have been anybody else, he might have done. But
yeah,
his own teammate. It's not a good look.
Yeah, but then this is how you do it. This is how you do it.
Look at that drive coming out of that corner.
Yeah.
That's crazy difference, isn't it, between the two tyre compounds?
Yeah, I mean, it's totally fair, like running heavy wets on a dry racing line. You shouldn't have that grip, really.
No, the tyres would just overheat. End up ruining themselves, but interesting. Pit in this lap, I assume. Like everybody looks like we'll pit in this lap.
This lap,
even.
Yeah. It is now definitely doable to use slick tires, and I think everyone went then for a soft one to finish that race.
What's the exit?
Deering stayed out for one more. Interesting. I was lucky, finally, get rid of those wets. Intermediates, they could go longer a little bit for one lap, not risk anything.
Yeah, that's the only reason you do it, isn't it?
Yeah. Richie staying out.
Just reading Tom's analysis there after T1. On the exit of T1, the wet patch on the outside didn't disappear very quickly. So would have kept it interesting for you. You managed to get out nicely though. It's always
just
tentative on the throttle.
Just in front of couch. Again, good timing, and other drivers will need to pit now. Well, let's have a look at the race situation. So Deering is running on those intermediates and will be doing the in-lap now. River also on intermediates, same. Basically not too far behind. actually. Both don't think they need to refuel. They put in the fuel on that stint for the wet tires. Dylan also looking okay, but a little gap to Deering and River. Richie, the fuel, he needs to put in some of it. So
he's done well with that fuel, though. He's not used as much as some.
Yeah, definitely. That's true. Still needs to put in a little bit to get to the end.
Yep.
Then Beetlejuice the first on the softs. The Furious low on the fuel, on those inters, but a good comeback drive still. On the Furious too. Then I'm with fresh softs and fuel to get to the end. Maybe a bit too much, but Couch. Oh, in, yeah. And once again we have River, who was like playing it ultra safe, doing one more lap on those inters. Dylan as well.
He's just put a wee comment in. He's put a comment in the chat there, which you can with the inters you can really jump all over the curves, so you can actually minimise the time loss between the slicks. You can take the quicker lines.
That's true, but you already see the wear on those inters. They're definitely heating up now, and I think the crossover point is reached. Yeah, you cannot use the curbs with the softs or the slicks at the moment, but I still think
the traction zones will still be
can carry more speed through the turns as well. And what I find is when you get out on softs a lap earlier, so you know where you can push, then when the track is drying up even more, so you have that advantage of that one lap knowledge, that usually helps to get into the rhythm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, the top two, they need to pit, and River and Dylan now in. So we will see Deering and taking over the lead again.
Yeah, I think fueling earlier gave him the jump over Beetlejuice. So done well there.
I felt quite good at this stage. Then I saw that fuel that I had to take compared to River. River right behind Beetlejuice as well, so it wasn't too bad essentially. Now that first outlap on the flicks, that was probably the crucial one for River, and this is the advantage that Beetlejuice has. Now he knows where he can push already, and I think this is where Beetlejuice opens up that gap slightly.
Over River, yeah. I think Deering as well will be in the same boat, so they'll be able to push a little bit harder. But yeah, 8th to 4th, that's not a bad result.
If it stays like that,
minutes. Yeah.
I mean, I saw that I had a fast Dylan Clifford trying to close that gap. And it was 4 or 5 seconds, something like that, and I kept an eye on that. Towards the end, it got a little bit closer, definitely, I can tell you that.
Dylan fighting for the championship, probably to try and minimise his point loss around here, and if he's going to finish 4th or 5th.
Yeah, also Gaza with a bit of an unlucky race then with that 3-second penalty and that spin. So he's fighting with Richie, and that's probably all he can get out of that race. Don't think he can catch Dylan, who is already on that main straight, and they're coming out of the final turn. So
they'll have a chance of getting Richie, we'll see. I think Richie definitely would make it easy for them anyway, especially at this time of the race.
Furious too.
Interesting.
With a good comeback.
Yeah, done well to come back from nearly the back of the grid. Couch with another solid race, I have to say. He's he's gone under the radar most of this
Yep.
season, but he's always been in the mid-pack and racing clean and well, so kudos to him.
Oh, Hallowed goes very wide on that final turn. And through goes Devo, up in position.
Can he catch Thomas? I see Ovich and JW hadn't come out again. I thought they might do once the track dried up.
Still sitting in the pits, and it has shot down to P14. So also not like a good wet stint. See the lap times 201, 57s, 55s, yeah. So, and they're waiting for the sunshine. Probably.
They're warm weather races.
Yeah.
Instead of warm weather golf, as people say. That's pretty much me. Steering now, putting his foot down again. Still not quite on the 139s, but
yeah, you cannot
be making his way back up.
use all of the curbs. That's why you have to be careful. You cannot push 41s. Yeah, River 41 too. Now he found the rhythm, the pace.
41.4, so everybody's 41.6, so everybody fairly close on these 41s.
Very similar. And Kaza now with the run. It's still tricky, a bit wet. T1.
Yeah.
You don't hit that apex, nail it.
I think easily done. I don't
safe
think
play,
Rich
yeah.
Yeah, fought as much as I thought he would be. Some good. This has been a good race. It's been an interesting one.
Yeah, definitely. Great settings with this.
Yeah.
One.
Congrats. What was it? Furious. I think picked the track combo. So good work. It's been some good combinations this season. Some difficult combinations as well.
Yeah, I mean with the option to use soft or medium for that first half of the race, then
definitely opened it up a bit.
Wets or inters for that wet bit, and then softs again to the end, and put in fuel or not on one of those stints. Yeah, so definitely very, very interesting. And
it almost pisses me off a little bit when people fuel up too much early. You know, they fuel up on their second stint rather than their third stint. It gives you a false sense of hope. Because when you pit the last time and have to fuel, by the time you come out, they've gone. What? What happened?
Why? Yeah, how?
Yeah. Is it something I said? So yeah, that should be banned. Not only allowed to put in the amount of fuel that you use for that stint is my next rule. Just so that I never find myself in that position. I just find myself further backwards.
This is now the point where Dylan is really, really catching, like half a second, 6, 7, 10th a lap.
He's pushing the limits.
I was really looking at this race time, or like 5 minutes.
Just keep it clean. Keep it clean.
Yeah.
I keep it on the road, and I keep it on within 141s early.
Yeah.
I should be okay. It puts pressure on you, though, doesn't it? Really puts pressure.
It was, it was like, I can play with the gap, I can manage it, but then I think it will come down to less than 2 seconds, and I wasn't feeling good anymore. No, I was like, no.
Really don't want to make an error that loses you a second. Just encourage them and then make you have to work even harder. Yeah.
It is, yeah.
So Abel in 11th, which is nice work. Hello, Thomas.
Yeah, and
Thomas dropped back unfortunately after a great start.
And Taz left that race then at some point.
Yeah, he's had enough. He could have stayed and got ahead of both of those two in the pits. But Sometimes it's easier just to walk away.
So yeah. So now it's just getting this race done and over with.
Yeah,
Oh, this was
quite
over.
close.
Yeah, was still a wet patch. It was like,
I thought that was a little wide.
yeah.
Tentative braking into that
Yeah.
zone.
Yeah.
It's Rivers catching Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
So
He's 46 and 41, 0, yeah, so
yeah,
gaining a little bit. And
not quite enough though by the looks of it.
it's the trend, definitely. Now. But
Doing what he's done all race long, just driving away.
Deering was unstoppable that race.
I think he's well on the way to winning driver of the day anyway, which is fairly well deserved by what I've seen.
Yeah.
Fastest in quali, fastest lap, driven faultlessly and incredibly quickly and consistently.
We were gained a little bit again. Body 1-4 and yeah, 3/10 again.
Keep it at the 3/10, you'll be fine. Kaz has got ahead of Richie and put a bit of a gap in there, so
Yeah.
he's comfortably there. Same with him, they've got a nice comfortable gap.
There's no real fight at this stage. But
No, I think the biggest fight seems to be the mid-pack has settled down. That was where the biggest fight was for most of the
here we
race.
go.
It's now the
That's it. Devo, hello, Gamer, and maybe Thomas.
yeah. A good battle at the end. Yeah.
Oh, again.
That lovely wiggle.
Still in
It's
that slip, by the
definitely
way.
in the slipstream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dave were trying to break the slip a little bit going down the straight. A little bit of movement, but always find that really doesn't do much, but worth a shot anyway if it helps you. Can you hold them off, Dave? Well, that's the question. Can you hold them off?
That's the
A wee
question.
bit of a terrible lap, terrible final lap from Dave. So
You don't know.
interesting. Let's see.
So it's the final lap of that race starts now, and this was, I think, the lap where Dylan made a little mistake. Was taking a deep breath.
I can just relax my way
Yeah.
around this track now.
It's also the lap probably I get my personal best. Yeah, look at that. And River,
in this
little shoes. Yeah.
oh, you're in the ballpark. You're definitely in the ballpark. 140.8, so 140.4. You're quicker than you're steering. 140.8. So. Yeah, look at you, the quickest man on track at the moment.
That 40 River, 40.4.
Oh, sorry. Didn't see that by River. So River always ruins.
Kazar pace, yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah.
So Shouty finished that race, Couch, and 10th, and Hello Gamer got past Davo on that lap.
Davo did have a nightmare of a last lap there.
Yeah, Hello Gamer.
You'll have to explain in the chat, Davo, what happened.
And here comes the driver of the day.
Definitely. The river's very close to
Yep.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah,
Jeez.
half a second. So
Yeah. One more lap and that could have been interesting.
one more lap here.
Yeah. And well done, Darren. Superb race. Well done to the top, I would say top 5 in fact. Very good racing from all of you. But to be that close as well at the end of an hour race with rain and that many different strategies and options. Great stuff to see. So, Kaz are not too far back either, so yeah, I don't think that was a bad race.
I think everyone had their moments
Yeah.
in that race.
Yeah.
Lap 1, rain, Penalties.
A
It's
few odd spins. Good racing and good fightbacks from people like Furious and who else was it? River, especially after getting tagged on that first lap. Yeah, did well.
yeah, well done. It's true.
Happens,
Sean
Dave. Happens.
taking the final lap of the race with a 2-second
Hey,
penalty, but which
well done.
didn't bother to return to the track.
We've all done it, Dave. We've all.
And look at that, John! What a move around the outside.
That easy stuff. These drivers look so slow. Where was this pace earlier, John? Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I've made many a mistake on the last lap, Dave, or it's lost me a position. Or lost me a winning. I've done that before, that's even more infuriating. That was good.
Yeah.
Well done, River, that was nicely done. It's always more interesting when you get things like that. Even in Arden, I didn't see you there. Welcome. Hopefully you're doing well. Just waiting for JWE to finish.
Whoa!
Oh, look at that timing. Beautiful stuff.
Look at that. So, alright.
Yeah.
So, let's bring up the race results, shall we? And for that one, so Deering with that win and the fastest lap, domination. And Beetlejuice. Also, this is how you win championships usually. Beetlejuice, very good results. You don't have to win every race, but finishing on the podium. But some strong points in the Drivers' Championship. River, podium, we saw
I think
that.
it's
Half a second.
closed up the points anyway. It
Yeah.
definitely has closed up
Should
the
have, yeah.
points. So
So I gave Ray a couple of points and the team as well. Ferrari, so Ferrari probably one of the best cars here at Fuji. Not gonna lie.
yeah, those mixed conditions, it definitely helps. Top end speed as well is good. Yeah, I think both yourself and Deering got the highest team score this week. So unless there's any incident reports that have been placed in
That line is
against
over.
either of you two, then I think you two might take. Well, that'll be that team taking 2 in a row, 2 weeks in a row. 38 points last week, 35 and a half this week.
Go Ferrari, go.
Ferraris are flying at the moment.
Yeah, but yeah, you mentioned it, like update on Thursday.
Yep.
Probably a BOP change again. Oh, anything can happen.
See how we get on.
Exactly.
Yeah. See what kind of, if they do a major BOP change, then it might be interesting. But we'll see. I think the last one was a fairly major BOP change, so they may have to do some tweaks, but I don't expect much.
Don't think it will be that crazy again, where you like they lowered the power and whatever. But yeah, we don't know what they have in mind. So let's quickly run through the rest of this. Good, Dylan in P5. So still okay points, I think, for the championship. Kaza probably expected a higher finish. And started P2, bit of an unlucky race. Richie as a reserve, P7 in an RZZ. Furious 2 after also an unlucky start, up to P8 again. And then where is... I'm just confused. Why doesn't it show?
What are you looking for?
I'm disabling the wrong graphics. So I was looking for the second page of the results. I was like, oh, Shelty as the Prodigy Reserve, P9.
Thank you, Shelty. Appreciate it.
Ouch in P10. Hello Gamer 11th. Devo P12. Lost that position on the final lap. We saw that. And Thomas P13, John 14th, Ovich parking in the pit, and Taz had an early
Yeah, a good
evening,
start to the
like
race,
a
but
really
then
good start, yeah.
decided he'd go for an early bath.
Exactly.
But I tell you, Shelty's got my best result of the season so far, so
So
I may get him to do next week's race as well.
Right, then next week it will be Tokyo East clockwise, and it's Deering's pick, and we have rain again. Start and end, I think. So interesting settings. I just realized I wanted to show the team points. Oh, I'm confused. So here we go. We have the team points. The onion rings, the Ferraris, are leading the championship. Deering and Ray. Oh,
After 2 incredible scoring weeks.
yeah. So fire it in there. Tess and Dylan in second, and Hello Joe racing in P3 at the moment. The rest,
it's close.
It's still close. Yeah, a couple of points here and there.
Beetlejuice and Ovich, 103 points as well, so they're not that far off. So there's a good battle there for the team championship. So keep going. We'll see. 3 races is a lot of points.
Exactly, nothing decided so far. Yeah, and then let's just go back to this schedule. So round 6, Tokyo East, and then after that Grand Valley in reverse, that Highway 1 in reverse. Beetlejuice's track with that odd one again. And the finale, Nürburgring Endurance Rain.
That one is going to be
wet.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting race. That one. I think the people that did the IRO stuff will definitely be at the front of that grid, but to the rest of us, it will be whoever can make the least amount of mistakes around that track in the rain. So interesting. By the way, Dave, that's cheeky. I've just been trying to build your confidence. That is it. Just trying to make you feel good, and you come back at me with that. Under. Try and do a favour to a teammate, and look what you get for it.
Nothing but love. Yeah.
The fact that he's been quicker than me all season shows that we got it wrong. Should have been the other way.
True. Alright, so chat, stream, thank you for watching, for going through that race to replay with us together. It was a pretty exciting race, not gonna lie. Even on that replay, plenty of racing action, good battles on track. Also, I enjoyed it quite a lot to actually drive on a Monday again. So
good to hear. Good to hear. Glad you had a good time. Always good to see you on track as well, because it's not very often these days. You're too busy doing everything else.
Yeah, I think I may have the ambition again to more racing and less admin stuff. Let's see.
Good stuff. Good stuff. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
I'll definitely take your aero settings, Dave, because they can't be any worse than mine. I fiddle about with mine so much and never actually figure out which one's any good. So
I mean, next week it's a high speed, so you run minimum aero on the rear. Pretty sure about that.
Yeah, especially with the McLaren being so damn understeer, you don't want to adjust the front too much. But I agree with it. I agree with
We'll see. I think Dylan mentioned that he won't be available for next week. So
yeah, that could open it up again. With
no one else wants to drive here. Might take that.
So we take Dylan out and put in a Jaeger in it. Ah, great, awesome. Everybody else would be chuffed at that.
Oh. Devo
You've got to drive
claiming
someone mid-
Devo claiming Jaeger for Pro Dave here. Okay, here we go.
Exactly. As I was saying to Jaeger before we started, I got an email back from Fanatec that they will be sending me out a new sensor, but that could be, 54 weeks or something. So could be a while. But I've also organised in P Motor, Paul, Richie's brother, is selling his equipment, so I'll maybe looking into getting some of that
Replacement.
Yeah, replacement, and then get rid of some stuff on eBay if I can. So a few
Here we go.
options. So you never know, Dave. Or you may have me next week.
Stay curious, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So
The bidding war has begun.
I
Yeah, wanted
think
man,
I put my PayPal me/Jaeger address into the Discord, so we'll see.
who's
Highest
gonna
bet
give the
wins.
biggest-
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
All right. So lovely stream. Loved it. Hope to see you around very soon. So no official stream this week anymore. So we have a little break on the World Series currently. So it's just me driving tomorrow in the Sprint Series, my POV. But yeah, not as exciting as commentary. I get that. But yeah,
I'm sure it'll be good.
we'll be back
That's it.
next Tuesday for round 6. That's for sure.
Been a pleasure, everybody. Glad you all turned up, and hopefully you enjoyed it.
Until then, stay safe.
Stay classy, San Diego.
Love you all. Yippee-ki-yay. Till next time. Bye.